Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry the September favourites is late, but I thought better late than never. There are some amazing things I wanted to share. So you may notice that we're in a different location, and that is because we are in my living room. The reason for this is because a lot of my favourites today are home and kitchen focused. There is a tiny bit of beauty here, but honestly not that much. I have one fashion piece, one accessory, and the rest is homey and kitchen. So I hope you all enjoy it. I'm just going to get started. But yes, the first thing I wanted to talk about is my new latte obsession. So you guys will know I have a coffee every single day, sometimes twice, sometimes thrice, but I tend to only have one sachet a day and the rest is just regular instant coffee. And if you guys watch a lot of my what I eat in a day, you'll notice that I generally tend to stick to my Nescafe sachets. I love them and they give a really lovely frothy finish in the cup. But I noticed a few weeks back that Starbucks did a version and they were on offer in my local Tesco, so I picked them up. These are the caramel latte and these are my absolute favourites when it comes from Starbucks. I also picked up the regular latte, also delicious, and the skinny latte, and I love them. You don't get as many in here, but they're better in regards to point value, surprisingly. These are actually a point less when it comes to measuring them up on WW, so really handy if you're pointing, but also super delicious. I've just been really enjoying them. I don't know if you can see here, but they're just a really frothy, creamy consistency. A lovely smooth flavour, and I really enjoy them and they bring me a lot of joy, so I had to mention those. And speaking of getting cozy with my drinks, I wanted to mention this. Now you guys will know I speak about Calibao chocolate a lot. I use it a lot in my baking. I use it for my sponge, my buttercream. I use it for all sorts. Anytime I need chocolate, my go-to brand is Calibao because it is very, very good quality. The cocoa content and everything like that is really high, and it's just fantastic quality. As I've said, you can get it from Amazon. Now this is my white chocolate bag, but it's actually not white chocolate that's in here. The unique thing about Calibao is when they send you a product, they come in these airtight sealable bags, so you can just reuse them and reseal them. And even though I have many of these with white chocolate in under my cupboard, I also bought some Calibao mousse, which I now keep in here because that bag for some reason didn't come with a sealer on it, which I was surprised about. But the mousse is basically a chocolate mousse that you whip up by adding milk, and you can squeeze it onto hot chocolates, you can squirt it onto desserts, and it is just delicious. What I was trying to do was emulate the hotel chocolate hot chocolate. So you guys know I have the velvetizer. I love that so much. But if you've ever been to a hotel chocolate cafe, they have this gorgeous whippy mousse on the top, which is chocolate flavoured. And I thought, how could I get that at home? How could I do that without having to make my own chocolate mousse? And this is so simple. You add milk, you whisk it up, and you are good to go, and you can pipe it on top of anything, and I love it. So I had to mention this. Again, even though the packaging isn't right, the packaging is very, very similar, so I'll link the right product down below. But I love it so much, and it tastes dreamy. Obviously with it being Calibao, the cocoa content is really high, therefore very authentic flavour and just delicious. So I had to mention that. So those are kind of my kitchen slash snacky favourites. The next thing I want to talk about are homeware. So let's discuss my new diffusers. So I actually have two of these in this black bottle, but in two different scents, and I also have two of the miniatures upstairs, which are the Sweet Jasmine. These are by Rituals and I absolutely adore them. This is the Black Oud, which just smells so smoky and delicious and quite powdery as well. This is just such a complicated fragrance to nail when it comes to describing it and the notes, but all you need to know is it's very autumn winter. It's very spicy, very warming, very rich, like a warm blanket being wrapped around you when you're sat by a log fire, and it's just delicious. This goes in my kitchen, but you could really put it anywhere. And I also have the amber just on that shelf there that I also love, but I think the Black Oud is definitely my favourite that I've come across so far. I love it. The next homeware pieces are my new cushions. So you'll notice in the background we've changed up our cushions on our couch, which was a long time coming actually, and it's surprising just how much of a difference it makes when you just change up your cushions. But this is one style that we got. We have two different styles on the couch, and this is by Next, and it's just this kind of, it's not really geometric, but this kind of maze, and it's textured and velvet, and I really like it. So that was the first one that we got. And then the beautiful vibrant ones here, the velvet ones, are from TK Maxx, and this one is actually called Pumpkin Spice, and I love it so much. They weren't the cheapest when it comes to cushions, but you have them for years, you sit on them, you lie on them. So I wanted some really fluffy but substantial ones that would hold their shape if they have weight on them, and I love them so much. So these are from TK Maxx. I'll try and link them down below if I can. I think the TK Maxx ones were about £17 a cushion or thereabouts, and the next ones were about, I want to say 20, but don't quote me on it. I'll link it down below. And then the last item I wanted to share from home is my Yankee Candle. Now this is only a wee mini one, and I saw this in Sainsbury's. I sniffed it because I loved the colour and I just haven't looked back, and I've been lighting it most of the time throughout the day because this is the clementine spice, and even though it's really spicy and warm, it's gorgeous throughout the day as well, and I love that colour as well. So I love that. I had to mention that. It was about £5 or £6 because it's the mini, but if you guys know of the larger candle in that size, please let me know because I haven't come across it yet and I really do like it. The next thing I have to talk about is my debobbler. So the knit wears out. It's that warm, comforting time of year that you just want to be draped in cardigans and jumpers and scarves, and sometimes when you get them out of the attic you notice they're a little bit bobbly, and sometimes you might charity them, or you might think that they're kind of not good anymore. But a little tool like this is going to revamp your wardrobe, I can promise you that. I had a a camel jacket, like a camel coat, and it had all bobbles on the underarms, and I love the coat so much, but I thought, you know what, it's looking quite tired, there's not much I can do about it. Do I need to replace it? But I got myself a debobbler and I could not believe how fresh and amazing it looked. I was so impressed with this that it was all over my Instagram for days in stories, just like before and afters. I'll show you guys how to use it. It's basically just a blade and you go over any surface of clothing that has bubbles on it, and it completely shaves them all down and just looks incredible. And then all the fluff captures in this front section here, and you just empty it, and it is just so handy. And for such an inexpensive tool, it brings life into your clothing, therefore makes them last longer, and you know, it's great. And it was really inexpensive, about £12 to £15. Best £12 to £15 I've ever spent, I can assure you. So I will link this down below. It is a fantastic tool. You can spend a small fortune on these, you don't need to. It's a blade at the end of the day, and this is fantastic. So that is all my homey bits. Before I move on to my beauty, I had to speak about these. These are my Aftershock headphones, which I didn't think I would love running as much as I did. For those of you that aren't aware, I recently started running. I'm running 3 days a week, and I have become obsessed with it. I really enjoy it for both my physical and my mental health, and I've just been loving it. But the headphones that I use are by Aftershocks, and these basically go around the back of your head, over your ear. They're bone conducting, so you can hear things around you, but you can also hear your music. So you can hear traffic, you can hear if a friend is talking, but you have your music on as well, and you can answer calls, and they're just incredible. They are so comfortable, and they're hands-free. It's all Bluetooth, so you don't have wires hanging anywhere. You don't have to wear pods that might fall out when you're running. I just think these are a godsend, and I've been obsessed with them, and the sound quality and the bass is incredible as well. So I will link these down below because they're one of my favourite finds of recent times. Before we move on to beauty, I had to talk about this jacket. It's my one fashion piece that I've actually got to share this month that I'm really excited about, and it's my running jacket. Now granted, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I just love it. It's by Puma. It has this front panel which is quite shiny, and then you have these gorgeous sleeves that have this holographic Puma sign on there, and I just love it. Like, honestly, I feel so sleek and stylish when I run in this. I feel like I really look the part. I am going to be doing a video on my running essentials that might have already gone live, maybe. I will try and get this up first, but if you want to hear more about my running supplies and what I love and my workout gear, that video is coming, if not already live. So I'll link it above, or stay tuned. But I love that jacket, not too expensive. I got it from Amazon Prime and I adore it. So let's move on to beauty now. I had to mention these shampoos. I mean, I don't get too precious about what shampoo I use on my hair, apart from my Fudge purple shampoo. I am very strict when it comes to that because I like to make brassy tones be banished. I do have a hair appointment booked for November. It's took me months and months to get in with my stylist, but I'm ready to have some of this weight taken out and to get my colour redone because it needs it. But I've been using the Brilliant Brunette shampoo and conditioner, and it's the scent of these and the way it leaves my hair feeling. I wouldn't say it does anything in regards to the colour, but the way it feels and the smoothness on my hair, which is actually quite coarse and thick, I've noticed the difference. I used to use these back in the day when I was a student and I loved them, but stopped buying them because they're quite expensive, like £5 each. But now I'm just back on it and I love them. The scent is just so nostalgic. oh, I just love it so much. It has almond in there and really delicious, so I love those. And then bath time. This is actually empty, which is testament to how much I've been loving it, but I had the vanilla pumpkin shower gel from the Body Shop. I sent this about 2 weeks ago and I love it. The scent is gorgeous. It's just vanilla-y. Oh, it's just really creamy and vanilla-y. It's not spicy at all, but it's like signature pumpkin scent when it comes to the Body Shop. That's just, again, so nostalgic, so comforting, so delicious, and I just really like it. It has Madagascar vanilla and a pumpkin fragrance, and it just lathers up really nicely on the skin and feels super soft. So I love that, but again, it's one that I tend to use only throughout the months of September, October, and now it's finished. I perhaps have to get myself a new one, but I really do like it, so I had to mention it. And then the next thing I have is something for keeping my cold hands in check. I walk on the school run and I like to keep my hands in as good condition as I can because I quite like my hands. So I do use hand creams, especially after the school run when I find that my hands can be quite dry. And I finally found the Ritual of Happy Buddha hand cream, guys. You know this is my favourite scent when it comes to rituals, and you also know that I have the scrub, the body cream, and now I have the hand cream. My mum actually picked this up for me because she knew how much I loved it, and this is actually the recovery hand cream for drier hands. So it is a thicker texture, but actually when you've just got in from a cold walk or a cold run, this is doing wonders for me. And again, that scent, it's just like no other, so I had to give that a shout out. And again, speaking of the cold weather, my lips have started getting quite sore with all the running and being outside. It's just not used to it with being in lockdown. So I busted out my Bobbi Brown lip balm, and this is the extra lip tint, and it's the orange one. It doesn't really give too much of a colour, but it's just a really lovely balm. It's really softening, really nourishing on the lips, and just really comforting to wear. You can even put it on top of lipsticks and it doesn't impose in any way, but it gives that nice moisture, so I love that. The next thing that I've been loving is an oldie but goodie. I've gone back to my Double Wear by Estee Lauder just to give me a bit more coverage. In the mornings I just want to get out and be done with it, so I don't want to use a foundation and concealer, so I just use this because the foundation coverage is fantastic and it's nice and light compared to the original version as well. This has SPF 30, which of course is still important even in the colder weather, and it just gives a really natural finish. I'm wearing it today and yeah, I really like it and I use it a lot. So it's quite a runny consistency as well, like it's not too thick, which I like because it spreads out evenly, so I do like that. And then finally I had to mention the nail polish that I'm wearing at the moment, because I get a lot of questions about this on Instagram because I've been wearing it a ton, and I actually got it last year, so I'm hoping it has relaunched, but if not I'll try and link something similar. But it is the On the Bright Sider by Essie, and it's definitely one of my September going into October favourites as well because I'm obsessed with it. And that is everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed having a little sit down with me and going through all of my September favourites. Again, I'm sorry it's late, and I'm sorry that majority of it is homewares, but I hope you don't mind that. I know you guys love homeware just as much as I do, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description box for links, clothing links. This big holy top is actually from Topshop. I love it. It's giving me serious craft vibes from the 90s. I just love it. And the stripy top is by Monkey. My jeans are from River Island, so I'll link it all down below where I can. But thank you for watching. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.